Dare I say the thing? Welcome back to Poverty Kitchen. It doesn't get much more impoverished than this. This is the free bag of food that comes from the school. Now, despite repeatedly having this conversation with the kids, they still bring a bag. I can't think of much more. Free. You can't beat free. Although, do you want to? Now, this is the grab, not this, good stuff. This, not that, is the grab bag from school, which keeps on showing up. I tell a 6-year-old to not bring home these bags. We don't need nor want the bag. She eats 2 things out of them. But all of her friends are grabbing bags. She doesn't want to have them be left out. Well, it's a whole thing, but the bags keep on showing up here. So they bring this stuff in by the pallet. I assume there's not a limit in this bag of destituteness. Stuff like a tiny Ziploc bag of Cheerios. Tasty kitchen chicken and rice. Oh, Canada, really? Where's this thing made? Well, that's the thing we're about to eat. It expires in a couple months. That's fine. Maybe that's why we're getting it. Made in where? You know, there should be country of origin labeling somewhere. Probably better we don't ask. A nicely seasoned pan. Just did the bacon. Let's do... I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat free. Oh, and we're going with the stag burger. Good old stuff from the superior meats. People drive from hours around to have them process your animals. I know, because I drove from hours around to have them process my animals. As covered in the last video, this is the wrong video for cast iron. And the inside's still frozen. Oh, but that already smells excellent. And we're using this pan, which I just used for bacon. So, camera B is recording some fine sizzling action. We got milk going in. It occurs to me that this is just filler and that our beef, our milk, is doing most of the work. We mean this. It is a glass top. Implements properly, as we learned in the cast iron video. That just looks and smells good. And I gave her a little bit of a pink salt there just to flavor her up a little bit. But this stuff... Oh, hey, there is a powder in there. I believe the use case for this is... I mean, your milk and your meat, like I say, are doing the heavy nutritional lifting here. But I'm trying to make sense of this label. As you can see, other than sodium, there's not a whole lot much else in here. But if you look at the as prepared, which should include our pound of beef, our milk, that's it, I guess. The sodium goes 700 milligrams. Goes up a little bit. Now, we're adding a lot more iron to there, and I'm using whole milk, so the vitamin D goes up as well. But where's the protein in here? Hey, yeah, there it is. Protein, 28 grams. Okay, it didn't have a percentage, that's why I'm getting mixed up. And approximately accurate, maybe. We've got enriched macaroni, which itself contains wheat flour, ferrous sulfate, niacin, calcium carbonate, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. For the seasoning, we have cornstarch, maltodextrin, salt, onion powder, hydrolyzed corn protein, color added, which itself is caramel color, annatto extract, turmeric extract, sugar, which contains 2% or less of yeast extract, potassium chloride, disodium isonotrate, disodium guanylate, natural beef flavoring, garlic powder, mono and diglycerides, soybean oil to reduce dusting, white pepper, natural flour, dehydrated, and it contains wheat, dairy, and sulfites, and it contains a bioengineered food product. We got a beef cam here. Always record myself eating. But when I do, I choose the most unflattering angle. Per the request of a child, we are putting cheese in as well. Now, that's definitely going to increase our costs, but, you know, I'm not sure the cheese improves anything. Were you all listening when she said... I did list off these ingredients. I don't know what most of those are. Would have bet not you. Now, every single 2-bit regurgitated whatever influencers, it's going to cite concern for the chemicals. There's no red 40 in here. This is on par, in my opinion, on par with Hamburger Helper. but at a fraction of the cost. The expensive thing is the meat that's in there. The Walmart tube meat is like $5 a pound. So for $6-7, I got some milk in there too. You can have dinner for a family of 5. And just like Hamburger Helper, this is but an instrument to help your kids eat a pound of meat, basically. You got to get that protein and milk in them, and this is just the flavor. This could be mothballs, and if we can make it taste good, although it's not. These premier pantry people are out of Minnesota and apparently are somewhat new at this. Started in 2015, they say, by buying an old Kmart. We've long determined that we, the individual, cannot beat Taco Tuesday. Can you beat $2 a meal? 5 servings, $10. $2 a meal. Can we make a meal cheaper than this? Not even counting the meat. I'm going to say the answer is no. It is no. But that doesn't mean we're going to try. Let's take a trip. We're going to the grocery store. We need supplies. We're at the usual suspects. Do not recommend it. This parking lot is full. I'm going to regret this. Things I'm willing to do for you and the fake internet points. For our spices. That is a garlic powder. Already got it. You can always use more garlic powder. Garlic salt. $1 and some change. And they were $1.19 each. We're $1.72 pour with the beef broth. Now for some pasta. American Beauty. Got the big, the swirls. We got options here. Now the movie was good, but not good enough for America to lose their collective mind over it. The medium egg noodles, $2.38. For tomato paste, 86 cents a can. Now $2.98. I knew the fresh cheese was gonna cost money to knock off the original. Oh, making a mess. We will not be getting these today for freshly grated, but $2.38. There's a couple cups of cheese, maybe 4. A single onion, 68 cents per. I've left the place. I can never be sure that this is the case. Can you ever? But and I'm not a dick about it either, even when it happens. Take the high road. But there's a reason why somebody like myself is often chosen for extra verification of the receipts and all that. The guy's gonna get me every single time. There should be 2 like people in a store together. Guaranteed. Not only are you going to be asked for the things 100%, somebody's going to be following you around. Well, let's have a gander here of the beef pasta and beef flavored sauce, which contains about no nutritional value. The nutritional value is in the meat and the cheese that it comes with it. Oh, and milk in the other case. 1 pound ground beef. And there we are. I might have been inaccurate on those prices. It's actually $4.99. Tells you it's been a while since I've bought beef, because we've got beef like this. Then we've got milk, water, whatever. So if you look at the nutritional things here, the only thing it has a lot of is the sodium at 600 milligrams. That is salt. Some carbs, it is a pasta, you would expect that. A little bit of potassium, some iron. We're using a cast iron thingy. I don't know how much cast iron that gives you, but some. Now we're gonna do some math here. We got the scale out because we're gonna make the same unit here out of this stuff. Now, those noodles at $2.38 for 12 ounces, do some basic math there, you find there's about 20 cents an ounce. Look at this package here, 5.6 ounces. Let's make our numbers fair. Let's call it 5 ounces of noodles because there's some powder, flavoring, other stuff in there. So we're looking at $1. This is available at the dollar store. No longer just $1, it's $1.25, whatever. The dollar store. And most of it's noodles, so that would make sense. So we're getting $1 of noodles in the thing. Can we beat this on cost? So that's what 5.6 ounces of noodles looks like, which is a lot more volume than what we have in here. Interesting. Looking at beef broth, $2.52 for 32 ounces. It's calling for, or at least the guidelines I found online calls for 3 cups of this stuff. So, simple math again, 7.9 cents per ounce. Of course, I wouldn't bother to clear it. But there's our beef broth in our pan. We have 19.2 ounces of beef broth in there. So we got $1.52 of beef broth in here. List the tomato paste. 15-ounce can for 86 cents was the Walmart price I had, which takes us to 5.7 cents per ounce. We got about 2 ounces there. Guidelines I found online call for 2 tablespoons. There we're at. Luckily the cheese is pretty easy. It clearly says there's 4 cups of cheese in here. Cut it in half. Our cheese was $3.78 for 4 cups. Divided by 2, you get $1.89. Went for 12 cents in the tomato paste. We're just gonna carry over the cost of the onion. I spent 58 cents on that guy. Let me cut up some onion here. And here we have 1 pound of beef, which explains why someone really wants to be my friend. Now we did season the pan appropriately. I put it in the dishwasher. You cast iron purists are gonna yell at me about this whole thing. And we've got things happening here. We are browning the meat. Now let's give her a little bit of seasoning there. This is soon gonna be boiling. This is just our beef stew with tomato sauce, and already, just by the presence of the red and the beef, the natural colors, I think it looks better. More appealing. Already coming in nicely. For a short period of time, I had a girlfriend that was Italian, as in from Italy. Fabulous gal. But also, the food. I'm just like, this is a downright unbeatable. Ooh, already stuffed. Getting Italian. They are known for their food, after all. Here we are. That is almost done here. That may be ready to simmer. But the food was noodles. Literally seasoned noodles. That would be dinner. They would have noodles. Sometimes with tomato sauce, sometimes not, but seasoned with an Italian seasoning and some weird spices on it. It was edible, it was fine, but that was dinner every night. No complaints here, but I'm just pointing out that there's a reason why I look like the average American, and if you look at the average over there, it's completely different. That is working. We have some costs here. This meal, complete, everything in it, including a full onion, we are overestimating is costing. And it should serve about 5. We put about the same proportion of ingredients. $10.10. So it is about $2 per serving. Now we are talking something twice the cost here. We will at least do the math. For this, you need a cup of milk. Milk, $4.99, whatever. Yeah, I know you can get it for cheaper. Whatever, go to average prices here. So 16 cups in a gallon, you divide $4.99, you get 31 cents. So this meal, plus the $5 of beef, that's a constant there, is gonna cost about $5.30. What I was trying to make earlier before I interrupted myself. Spices. You saw the price on this. And we're not even putting it in, it is a negligible cost. Yes, you can go a bit heavy there, because we're about to put a whole bunch of unspiced things, or minced beef broth and tomato sauce, so all is well. Oh, darn right, we got the garlic powder. We are going with the onion powder. One hand of this. Oh, yes. A bit much. I start to make a clip telling you the point of the clip that I was making, and then forget to make the point that was on that clip with some seasoning. Now, most people wouldn't just eat beef as an entree, but look at that guy. Where's my camera? Look at that guy. I mean, I might. Oh, it even still needs a little bit more of the seasoning, because this is game meat, so not a whole lot of fat in there, so it doesn't have that. It's different, it's better. This is the natural way. The fact that it doesn't taste like the conventional thing that you get at the store, including the tube meat or any others, is, you know, probably a good thing. It doesn't taste like that for a reason. Forgotten the onion, I don't care. Mix that around. We're gonna go heat off to let this simmer. And I notice we need a lot more. Maybe we should go with the Alpine Touch at this point. It's Alpine Touch. It's the Montana Standard. Answer what is sure to be your next question. No, I did not forget the cheese. We are now cheesed. Now, I came to this knowing that we likely would not beat $5.30. That is $1 and a few pennies per serving. Serves 5. But we're about double the cost. $2 per serving. We compare the two. I'm not gonna eat that again. But I did remember the cheese. Mix her around here. And so far, so good. Ooh yeah. Toasty. Drop my fork. You wanna handle that? Man. As far as edibility, yes, for double the cost. Hard to fork. Usually learn how to use a chopstick. Chopsticks with noodles? Spiced properly. I like it. You can see the difference in what we're working with here. End note here. We're going to back up. We're going to discuss... I mean, it is a charity. This thing came out of a charity pack. But the goal, one, there are those that say that things like WIC and food stamps, etc., is but a subsidy for American farmers. You got to get the beef, you got to get the milk, absolutely. And maybe that's why this is such a popular thing to include with that. I don't know. The fact is, there is some food in here and it comes in the thing actually would serve underprivileged children. You guys remember the government cheese? Government milk? You get that block of cheese that's like Velveeta but not? I have that taste in my mouth, which was... It's coming back to me now. We have beef pasta. Pasta and beef flavored sauce. And that is what it looks like. I would, at double the cost, a little preparation, double the cost. I'd say that $2 per serving is well within the realm of Poverty Kitchen. And you can do without some of those ingredients. You could do without the cheese, and it becomes mighty more affordable, almost negligibly more expensive.